Hello and welcome to glennzb TV for Monday, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world and the world to New Zealand. Whew. I don't believe you, Phil Twyford. Apparently, so we've got this this cabinet reshuffle with the shadow cabinet, the national cabinet, now that Simon Brudges is in charge, and he's basically sicking Judith Collins onto Phil Twyford over housing, and Phil Twyford said he's not worried, but that's not true, is it? Because there is not a person who's ever heard of Judith Collins who would not be afraid if she announced that she was coming after you. I'm sorry, I don't buy that for a moment. She is terrifying. The nerve gas attack in the UK, apparently now all the people who were anywhere near what was it called, Zizzy's Cafe and the Old Mill Pub, these sound like high class establishments, don't they? Spying's not the I always sort of picture high class casinos and flash hotels and things like James Bond movies when I think about spies, not the Zizzy Cafe and the Old Mill Pub. But anyway, apparently they found traces of the nerve gas that was used to gas these spies, and so it could have got into your stuff if you were working there, or you were, and people have been told to wait for it, clean their stuff. What a hassle having to clean your clothes after working all weekend in them. What a pain that is. I thought they were going to say burn them. Or, throw them... No. You just get them a good clean. Get out the Sard Wonder Soap. Now, the latest... We've got another Picasso situation. We had one the other week that sold for a record price. Now we've got one that's been nicked. It's not... according to this, it's... What have we got here? It's an etching, or is it a print of an etching? Anyway, this is it. This is the one. So again, I had to ask the question. This one apparently is only worth between $35,000 and $50,000 US. So, I mean, that's no record breaker. And to be honest, it ain't no oil painting neither. Well, given that it's an etching, that's actually technically true. But they've offered a $5,000 reward for its return. That doesn't seem quite enough. But I don't know how these things work. I mean, it's like I say, it doesn't seem enough if it is valued between $35,000 and $50,000, but it seems like more than enough for what it is. It seems to be a man who's got the same hairstyle on his head and on his shoulders. Is that? Finally, Shane Jones, under expenses spotlight again. Now, last time, of course, there was a story about Shane Jones' expenses. It was hotel room expenses, and it turned out that he'd been spending public money on watching porn, which he initially denied and then had to admit that, yes, that was it. And now, once again, turns out he's among the biggest spenders in the first 3 months of the New Zealand First Labour coalition. He's racked up even more than the Prime Minister. Let's just stop there. Let's just stop there and agree that he's probably spending too much, but we don't really want to know what he's spending that money on. And we don't want any details. We certainly don't want any images or video. I am glennzb. I'm going to stop it there as well. Thank you so much for having me in your virtual headset. See you back here again tomorrow.